Welcome, assassins, to the Raw Effect, the rawest gaming podcast in the world, with your host Max and myself, BD Bence. And unfortunately, we missed an episode last week, and that's because of me, because I was an idiot and I was chewing gums while running or walking, and I bit my tongue terribly, so I couldn't speak for a whole week. It still hurts a bit, but I had to do it today, so I'm actually sacrificing myself for the sake of this podcast. So,
the humanity.
Exactly. And next week, we will have our first guest, Obi-Wan Shinobi, who will join us to talk about all the Xbox news happening next week. So make sure to stop by and listen to that podcast, because we are here every single Monday, except last week. And yeah, make sure to join us and listen to us or watch the videos on YouTube. If you have any questions, suggestions, comments on any episodes or any topics we are talking about, make sure to leave your comments in the YouTube channel, on Spotify, or voice message, or send us an email to raweffectpodcast@gmail.com. How are you doing, Max, today?
Tired, but it's also the weekend, so I'm kind of hyped. Tell you what though, that you bit your tongue was actually kind of a blessing in disguise, because Ghost of Tsushima's out, and we didn't have to kill ourselves to play a lot of the game to give first impressions. So what we can do now is talk about all the stuff that happened last week and all the news that happened this week. Coast through that, talk about the Ubisoft Forward stuff, and then next week do the Xbox stuff. So we have 2 weeks in which we can just enjoy and play Ghost of Tsushima and give you our impressions of it, instead of killing ourselves like with The Last of Us.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even want to get the game because it's so expensive, but then I watched a bit of reviews and it looks so freaking amazing that I just bought it today, actually. So my weekend will go into playing that game, actually.
Yeah, you will be samurai-ing and ninjaing around all weekend then.
Yeah.
All right, should we get into Know Your Hosts?
Yes, that's my favorite part. And you know the tunes? Know Your Host!
Why do you think I leaned back? I learned my lesson. I can't continue without you screaming that into the fucking room. All right, you want to go first or should I go first?
Well, I mean, you always go first. Should I go first this time? Let's do that. I'll ask you a question.
All right.
Okay, Max. So this is a very simple question that everyone would ask anyone. But what is your favorite kind of music, band or song? And why are you into that, Max? Although you're wearing a band t-shirt right now, so. Yeah, the metal gods, or hard rock, or heavy metal.
For all the audio listeners, I'm wearing a Black Sabbath shirt, so hooray. Despite of what I'm wearing, damn it, I should have worn my Zeppelin shirt, because that's my favorite band of all time, and my favorite song from Zeppelin is When the Levee Breaks, which is fucking awesome. Love it. But the answer that I usually give to a bunch of people or everybody is that because nowadays you can listen to anything on Spotify. I have like a gazillion playlists basically for every genre ever except techno.
EU.
That I'm listening to everything. I like Wu-Tang. I like just a bunch of melancholy stuff. Like one of my favorite bands is Bjork, Gorillaz. A lot of Britpop, by the way. Yeah, kind of that.
Interesting. Max is a metal boy. We learned that today.
Yeah, clearly. I studied the Blade.
Nice.
I think the most metal band I like is System of a Down.
Oh, everyone loves System. It's very unique.
Yeah, System of a Down is fucking great, man. What's your favorite System song? Don't say Chop Suey. Don't say Chop Suey.
No, I don't think it's Chop Suey. I think I don't know. There's just so many good songs. Like every song is pretty good, to be honest. But I don't know. I got into the band by one of my friends listening to it, and the song that was playing when he listened to it was Aerial. So I really like that song.
I like Bring Your Own Beer, BYOB.
Good song, very metal. You see, you're a metal boy. It's fun to drum that song. I play the drums, and it's really fun to play that song.
All right, so I'm gonna go next, right?
Yep.
Actually, fuck it. Let's make an exception this episode. What is your favorite band and song? I want to know.
Okay.
I got to know.
Favorite band? Okay, like like my current favorite band, I think, is the Dillinger Escape Plan, which is like a mathcore metal band. It's pretty fucked
I
up.
don't even know.
Yeah, it's not so famous. They just disbanded like 2 years ago, a few years ago. But they are like very progressive metal music, focused on like super complex beats and.
You can send me a link afterwards if you want.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I would recommend anyone to listen to it, but it's only for those that like very hardcore metal because it's full of screaming and the typical metal stuff you would expect. But yeah, that's probably like my current favorite. But I had multiple favorites during the years. So I started with Eminem when I was very young, weirdly. Then I transitioned to Green Day, and then Slipknot. And then I just like opened up to everything basically.
Did you transition to Green Day when the what is it, American Idiot album came out?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I figured.
It was like one of my classmates who was like a very good friend from high school. He came in and was like, "Hey, check this album! It's so cool!" And then I listened to the American Idiot, and it was just like the coolest album ever.
I remember I was listening to that too. I actually still have that at my hometown at my parents' place somewhere on the CD.
Yeah, it's like the hand holding a grenade, right?
Yeah, exactly. The stencil, yeah. I remember watching the music video for that song on MTV, like with the green flag and everything. Yeah, I think my favorite song from that album is Jesus of Suburbia. That song is fucking awesome.
To be honest, I know the whole album by heart, basically. I listened to that album so many times that if I just sit down to my drum behind me right now, I could just play like from the first song to the last, all songs, easy.
Let's not.
Yeah, that will be the Bence and Drums on podcast.
What was the Slipknot album that you got into at that point? Was it like Psychopath?
No. Psychosocial, that's like a newer one. That was like Volume 3, like Subliminal Verses and Iowa. That two main albums.
I like Duality.
Yeah, exactly those albums. So Duality, Vermilion, whatever. Before I Forget was the first song I've ever listened to.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, but I haven't even listened to their new album. I felt so out of the loop with Slipknot. I kind of grew out of it, I think.
I heard a couple of good songs from the new album, actually. You should give it a listen. I think it's pretty good.
You know, like I got into drumming because of their drummer, Joy Jordison, at the time, who is not in the band anymore. So I kind of lost interest because of that.
I tell you what, do you want to hear a fun story? So when I was around 16-ish, I wanted to go to a music festival with a friend. And the only reason why I wanted to go to specifically that festival was because Slipknot was headlining. And I think 1 week before he broke his foot or something, and had to replace them with Soulfly. Man, that was disappointing. That was so disappointing. And at that point, I think System of a Down was on hiatus, but I think they created separate bands. So Sergei Tankian was there, and was it like Broken Boulevard or something? Like. There was another band member who created that band, and everybody was kind of hoping they would just team up for like one System song on the stage, but they
really cool. And they were actually touring this year. My dad even had tickets to go to System, and they canceled it because of the virus. Because even my dad loves System. My dad is around 65 years old, and he's like a huge metal and System fan, so it's kind of funny. And if you looked at him, you would never think he's like not looking like a typical metal person at all. He dresses nicely, beard, glasses. Funny.
My dad was big into Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit and Zeppelin and De La Soul as well. He listens to a wide
I think probably our dads then listen to the same kind of music, because my dad's probably, he would say his favorite band is probably Led Zeppelin as well, I would think.
Nice. Yeah. Zeppelin is the best.
Zeppelin. All right, I think we talked enough about that, Max. About music.
All right, fine. I'll throw you my question. By the way, I have a
second question. Okay.
Well, no, I have a question that might be a bit uncomfortable, so we can, if you don't like it, I'm gonna ask you the next one.
But how many questions do you have for this segment, Max?
Only one, but you get to decide if you want to answer it, if you want to skip it. Okay. This is your veto. How was your date last week?
My date last week. I mean, all my dates are very good because I'm on them. But like, I don't know, like, I haven't
Yeah,
gone on
should
so
I
many
ask the
dates.
second question then?
No, I'm happy to answer. I'm like open about anything. So no, I only went on like 2 dates since my breakup, and they were fine. But I'm noticing that I'm not super interested in dating or anything related to that for some reason. Like, I'm more focused on myself right now, and I enjoy like working out, like starting to stream again, and just like doing my own things. Like, it's just more fun for me right now, doing music and that kind of stuff. So it's more self-development right now. I also started meditating. I heard you as well. So it's just like building ourselves up from the ground, like a phoenix.
We have the technology. We can rebuild them from the ground up.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's more of kind of like you need to live with yourself again and be happy-ish alone.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
the partner is kind of gone.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
but
that
helps.
got real deep. Let me ask the second question as like a little abbreviator. How many bones in your body did you ever break throughout your life?
Oh, that's. Did you know that's a fun question for me, or just randomly asked?
Oh no, you like, I don't know. I just see you as like a kid with a skateboard, and your mom looks like 1 second away, and immediately like both your arms are broken, and she's just standing like, how is this? Why?
Okay, that's funny because let's go like with the time. So when I was young, the first thing I broke was like in the I'm not sure if kindergarten, but I was in this playing field and I fell down and I broke my arm. That's the first thing. And then I got into competitive sports after I was like 6-ish, and then I actually broke all my fingers on my hand. I broke most of my toes.
Wait, does that count as 10 or?
Well, it's not really a big deal because like when you're doing judo, breaking your finger or like toes is like so common. It's so easy to break it. So like usually you don't even go to the doctor. They just like put it back to place and you're done. That's why
Glue it back on.
Yeah, some bones I broke like on my like toes or fingers. Some are like fixed because I went to the doctor and then they put it back to place. But some are just like broke and then the trainer just grabs it and poof, puts it back. And then it like, for example, for the video listeners, for example, this finger is, you can see it's bending to the left a bit because it was broken and never fixed. And I can't completely stretch this finger. So it's fun. Then I broke
Get your gross ass hands out of the camera.
Then I broke my elbow, which was like
oh man,
an open wound, so the bone came out of my elbow. That was, and it was also dislocated at the same time. That was fun.
Why did I ask this question?
Then I broke my shoulder, which I also has like a scar, and it was like completely reconstructed because almost everything was broken in it. And I also tore some ligaments in my knee and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good question for me, I guess.
Yeah, let me ask you another question, just randomly. Do you think it's a better jingle for like the segment of the show, like know your medical history of your hosts?
I mean, this is just my bones, okay, Max, or my serious operations. I had so many operations for a kid. Like I've been on like 6 huge surgeries when they put you to sleep and yeah, do your bones and stuff. So
I don't know. I kind of like figured that from you, just hanging out with you in the office all the time. I don't know.
I'm not doing anything extreme in the office. Like what? Why?
I don't know. You seem like the type who like brings the skateboard and then just goes out the window for some reason.
No, like all my injuries are related to sports, except that one in childhood when I fell down from that climbing thing.
I have some weird injuries myself with some like cuts in my mouth and shit. But we can talk about that some other time. Tell you what though, I never had a broken bone in my entire life, and I never had a sunburn. Suck on that.
Really? Never a sunburn?
Nope.
It's
I got
so
pretty
easy to
close
get
in Zurich last weekend.
You know, like
it got like pretty close.
For me,
look
it's
at my
actually
fucking like arms, like all of this is tanned and this is
so
not.
For the audio listeners, Max is showing his arms right now, which is half white, half dark colored, so it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm like Whitey McWhiteman over my entire body, but my arms are just like tanned as hell.
Very cool. You know, actually for me, it's kind of hard to get burned. I usually just get brown, but I got burned many times before, still.
Yeah, I believe that. We should hang out more so I can tell you some terrible jokes and you can get burned.
This was also a terrible joke, thank you, Mac.
Case in point.
Yeah. Oh, but like, you know what they say? if you break a bone, it becomes stronger. So maybe you should start breaking your bones, Max.
Is that what they say, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe when I was unconscious as a kid, they kept dropping me because I'm pretty indestructible.
No, oh, you're Iron Man. Yeah.
No, I'm the Bone Doctor. That was a Hunt reference for all the people who listen out there. I want to kill myself. Please let it end. All right. Anyway, to propel us out of this nightmare that is questions. What are you playing, Bence?
Well, I didn't play anything this week, really, but now that I have Ghost of Tsushima downloading in the background somewhere there, I'm gonna play that all the time. So I would say I'm playing that game, which is technically not true yet, but it will be. And what about you?
Yeah, let's go forward in time. I played Ghost of Tsushima. Hooray! No,
Wow.
I didn't. What I did is I had a friend over, a coworker, and we played the Gris game and the Coffee Talk game. And it turns out the Coffee Talk game is super cringe, but also hilarious as hell.
Why is it cringe?
The writing in the game, like some of it is just like, why would you ever say that? Like, what human person would ever speak those sentences you write that are yeah, it's just it's kind of weird. It is really fun, to be honest. So I think I talked about it last week, or well, 2 weeks ago already. So the game works in a way that it's pixelated art. You're the bartender, and it's kind of like a graphic, like a novel kind of game. A visual novel. You have people coming into your coffee shop. That's the only one that's open at like midnight-ish. And then they just tell you things. And they're like vampires, werewolves, and all these fantasy things. And there's like this lore throughout the entire world. And I think you talk to like 8 or people or something. And they all have like one unique narrative going on. And then you have your main friend, which is a writer. And then you kind of like bounce off those people. Everybody's always requesting like drinks from you and give you like hints of what you need to mix. And you have like this notebook of how to make drinks. You have like phone numbers and social media accounts of like the people that come into your bar, and it's like this little nice game. I don't know.
Sounds fun.
It's pretty neat. Yeah, and we played Gris, which is like fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I told you that.
So pretty. Like, holy shit. That is, oh my god. There's like animations of trees. There's like these trees that are like fluids. In other games like Super Mario, there's like this crate that pops up, goes invisible, and pops back up, and it's kind of like that effect, but it's so well detailed and animated. It's like this fluid movement in which like all these shapes are built and stuff. It's crazy, man. That game is so beautiful.
Yeah, I think really I heard really good things about that game too, so that's why I was saying that you would like it.
I can wholeheartedly recommend it. It's like also really, really fun. Like the puzzles are neat. You get like really cool powers over the time of the span of the game. Everything like just makes the levels more complex and complex. It's really neat. I can only recommend, dude. You should 100% play this game.
Yeah, thank you. Although I'm not really a big fan of this, like the main the genre of this more like indie kind of games, you know. So, but that game looked really fun.
I mean, indie games is not a genre. Indie games is just what the game is.
Yeah, I know, but like I usually, when I think of indie games, I think of these top-down or 2D platforming games, and that's also similar. Like Gris is also something like that.
Yeah, it's like a 2D side-scroller.
Exactly.
It's pretty good. I can 100% recommend. If you need anything that's like, I don't know, you can probably rush through this thing in like 3 hours or something. Yeah, that's your game. I would... Yeah, you should play this. That's what I'm saying.
You should buy this. And we are not sponsored by Gris, by the way.
This episode is sponsored by Gris.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into the news. Topic 1, which is a personal favorite of mine. That's the only reason why this is in here at all, because I want to talk about it desperately, and I have no idea if Bence even knows anything about this or has
I know very little, and I have nothing to add, but I saw it and I knew that it's one of Max's... favorite.
Damn it.
So
that means we can't talk about it for half an hour. Damn it. All right.
Sorry.
So Tron 3 got announced, and John Krasinski is directing it. Who was the dude who did what is it? Blade Tron Legacy. There you go. How do you feel about this, Bence? I feel very strongly about this.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy for you, and I can see your excitement in your eyes, so that makes me already very happy.
Yeah, I watched Tron back in the day with my folks, which looked fucking terrible already back in the day. Like the visual effects terribly aged. And there's no excuse because the original Tron came out when Blade Runner came out, and Blade Runner still holds up. But it was super unique. And then I think was it like 13 years later or 17 years later they did the reboot or the sequel, the soft reboot sequel in Legacy with John Krasinski. And holy crap, what he did with that world, like visually and the art style and the narrative. Oh my, like Tron Legacy is not loved by many, but I fucking love that movie. It's so pretty, and the soundtrack is made by Daft Punk. I listened to that just randomly. It's so good, and Daft Punk is back for Tron 3 as well. I'm so stoked for this.
Like so excited.
It's not gonna sell anything. It's gonna be like Blade Runner 2049.
I only saw one movie, I think, the latest one, I think.
The Tron Legacy one.
Probably. I can't even remember.
Yeah, there's only 2 movies. There's only Tron 1, Tron Legacy, and then there's like an animated Disney show.
Yeah, I haven't seen the animated one, so then I've seen the Tron Legacy one probably.
There was also, I think, like a Ubisoft game back in the day that was not too bad. But like the visual style of this entire universe, where the plot was left off, and just everything surrounding it, including Jeff Bridges, because Jeff Bridges is fucking awesome. I'm like over the moon about this.
Yeah, as you guys can tell, Max is very happy, but you, like me, probably don't care that much. So, but we are happy to share your excitement, Max.
Are you?
Yeah.
I hope the Corona thing didn't like kill this project. That would be really sad. I think Disney is hemorrhaging money right now because all the parks are closed, and that's how they get their main income. And I think after this Corona thing, they have to restructure a lot. And I think a lot of projects are gonna be just chopped.
But it seems like Corona will never end as we stand right now. So it's just coming back. Everyone is suffering in the world. It's great.
Yeah, and the US is not doing great. I saw like some numbers about like Florida doing like really terrible.
Breaking the records every day, man, of new infected.
Speaking of nothing, let's go to topic 2. So the Xbox Series X reveal date has been revealed.
And it's the 23rd of July. So it's next week. And that means, as I mentioned earlier, that Obi-Wan Shinobi is coming to talk about that with us next week. So guys, again, make sure to come back next week, because Sam or Obi-Wan Shinobi is a very nice guy, and you want to hear his beautiful voice talking about Xbox, which is his favorite console.
Sam is great. His voice is really good. He's from Britain, so yeah.
Oh yeah, he has the coolest accent. Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's really nice. I love Sam. He's good people.
We love Sam. I miss Sam. He's actually, guys, Sam used to work at Crytek as a community manager for a while, and that's how we know him. So we will have this nice Corona call with him, where we will add a separate screen for him somewhere around here, so you guys can also see him, and it will be a fun conversation.
Well, he called it Corona call. What was the alternative? Fly over there?
No, like, yeah, we fly Max in from, we fly Sam in from our huge budget for the podcast.
Nah. Let's go over there. I need that holiday, man.
Yeah, I would be up for that. Yeah.
Raw cast without borders. All right, let's stick to the Xbox news. Number 3, Xbox Series X update should be free. Microsoft pleads to developers that if you put out a game on the Xbox One, it should be a free update for Xbox Series X. And it really reminded me of the E3 PlayStation 4 thing, in which Shibuya Yoshida gave to the other dudes the game for the trade to show how that works. It feels like such a marketing move, to be honest. It's like, oh, look, we look out for you.
They want to sell next-gen consoles because, like, now everyone is on the fence, like, should I even buy this game, I guess, because, like, next-gen is coming, and then I maybe buy next-gen, and then I can't even play this game. So if they all update their games, then people are happy on the next generation of consoles. But it's like they were kind of like asking the developers to do this, right? It's not like a requirement, is it?
the developers were probably updating their games anyway, because you're selling on multiple
Yeah,
consoles.
you want to
It
sell
makes
your
sense.
games, yeah.
But the difference is that they're pleading them to make the updates free. So what happened last generation was that Call of Duty Ghost, I think, came out, and it came out for the older generation and the newer generation. And you could see like the downgrade, but they're selling it twice for like different consoles.
Yeah.
But this time around, they just sell it once, and then you have like the upgrade automatically if you whatever console you have.
Yeah, we have a good
And
example of that in Cyberpunk, because they already said that
exactly.
if you get a new console, then it will be free to upgrade to the next gen, which is really cool.
Indeed.
But I don't feel like Xbox should enforce this on the developers. Like, it should be the developer's choice if they want to do it free or not.
It still is. They were just asking them to do it. They didn't force them to.
Yeah, but if Xbox asks you to do that and you say no, then you are the asshole developer that wants money.
Well, if you put microtransactions or loot boxes in your game, you're kind of the same kind of douchebag, aren't you?
Well, okay, loot boxes, yes. Microtransactions, I think, are kind of accepted now at this point, depending on how they are implemented.
I mean,
I can get behind
they are accepted, but I'm still not happy about them. To be fair, I don't really care because I don't play any multiplayer games. So.
Well, wait, like for example, just the microtransaction. Like, there are many free games that have microtransactions, and it's just cosmetic. So I don't think that's an issue at all.
Yeah, but for free-to-play games, I think it's fine because they need to make their money somehow. But if you pay $60 for a game and then have microtransactions in it, it's really annoying. I mean, a good example of that is like we're talking about Ubisoft later, but what was it? Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which had like a gazillion microtransactions even for in-game settings, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, but I feel like if they add microtransactions, but you can still earn it with playing the game without spending money, that's the best kind of implementation in not free-to-play games. Yeah. And that some games
look at the last Assassin's Creed game. They had like a XP booster as a microtransaction just to make the game easier.
I feel like for single-player games it makes no sense to start with. Like, for single-player games, why would I even bother buying?
Yeah, but they still do. I mean, Bethesda put, what was it, Wolfenstein Youngblood. There were also like a gazillion microtransactions.
That's stupid in my opinion. I don't like that at all.
It is extremely dumb. That's why I'm saying I really don't like microtransactions.
Yeah, for multiplayer I can understand, but for single player I don't. That's just like they didn't put it in the game and they want more money. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they could, I'm pretty sure a lot of developers probably gonna come off as douchebags at the end of this generation because I'm pretty sure not everybody's gonna do the update thing for free. If they do, kudos.
Well, it depends on the quality of the update as well. Like if they like do like a very light remaster of the game, which is basically the update, right? Then something that can be done easily, maybe like you can just turn up the values. Like settings for a game, basically like you would on PC. That's the easy way. But if they actually have to rework it and work a bunch on it, then I don't mind paying a small fee, to be honest. If I don't have to rebuy the whole game, but like pay like a DLC price, like PS5 or Xbox X update pack, whatever, 10 euros, 5 euros, I'm okay with that as well.
I don't know. The way I see it is that all the new games definitely need that update because they came out so soon to the next generation that it just makes sense to have two versions. But like if I don't know, Ready at Dawn has like The Order 1886, which came out like in 2014, and they just ported as a backwards compatibility thing to PS5, then I don't expect much, and I really don't care, to be honest.
But to be honest, it's also good for the games, I think, because if they update it and then people come back to the game, otherwise you wouldn't really want to play a last gen game, even if you can on your newer gen console. So if you update it, then people are more likely to play it.
Didn't they already announce free updates for like Fortnite for the next consoles and of Apex?
I didn't read about that, but could be.
That was weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that what is the Ubisoft games? Hyperscape is also gonna be transitional, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, like those kind of games don't really need that much of an update, right? Like what do you update on Fortnite? Like, will it look better? No. Like maybe they increase the frame rate or something, and that's it.
I don't know. That's up to them. But I sure should know that the next Fortnite update or season or whatever is probably gonna set the world on fire again, and everybody's gonna keep playing it because whatever, because it's popular.
Exactly.
And let them. They earned it. They put a lot of effort in that game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they did, but like,
they are
getting very boring to me. I mean, I never liked the game, but I don't like the concept of Fortnite. But yeah, it's super popular for sure, and like it's probably the most popular battle royale game still.
When was the last update for the game? I can't even remember. The last thing I remember hearing of the game was like the Fortnite 2.0 thing with like.
Didn't they have like now everything got flooded or something like that, and water? I don't know. There's always something happening in that game. There's a bunch of updates constantly. I think that's no problem.
But I just haven't heard like anything big happening recently. I think the last thing, the last big thing was the new map, and then they had like some live in-game concert streams.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
They have like a new skin of Captain America, I think. I saw. I don't know. Doesn't matter. All right, number 4. The PS5 box, like the game box, got revealed, and the Spider-Man Miles Morales box art got revealed. How do you feel about this?
I think it looked cool. Like, I won't buy a boxed version anyway, so I don't really care. But as we said, I may even get the console without the player in it, depending on the price. But I mean, it looked cool. I liked it. I have no issues with it. What do you think?
I think the box looks the same, to be honest. Like, it's like
it's almost the same.
The stripe on top is instead of blue. Yeah, it's blue. Instead of blue, it's white. You can tell that Sony knows that the PS4 did really well, and in the public mind, they don't want to change that perception, so they keep as much as possible the same. They just put the white stripe there so people can actually differentiate the two boxes. That's it.
Makes complete sense. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have even minded if they had the almost same, exactly the same, or just like very slight different with like PS5 logos. I would have been happy with that as well. I don't really care.
It is literally that.
But it's different color now. Like, there's a lot of white in it, right? So
no, like, there's only one white top bar. That's it.
Yeah, but that's what you see basically right away. So it's very easy to tell that it's not PS4.
Yeah, I guess. So the Miles Morales box art, looks cool. I like the Spider-Man PS4 one more. Straight up.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen the Spider-Man one, unless it's the same as the digital. It's probably the same, right?
It's the same as the digital. It's a red background and then Spider-Man in the front of it. It just looks so classy and just monochromatic, like the way it's like placed. Usually these games, every game with box art has like this hero character, then an explosion in the background and all this nonsense going on, and it's just so nice and simple and clean, and I love it. The pose is great, the colors are awesome, and this one, like, they have like this weird gradient in the background now, and the suit looks like rubbery, probably because Miles has like some electricity powers, which makes sense, but it also looks a bit weird because of it. And then one hand looks like just being completely drenched in electricity, which is
you can tell which one of us is the graphics designer. I think I was like, oh, cool, Spider-Man box, nice. Max, oh, this shading on the electricity hands, oh my god, it's not classy like the old box cover. I don't like it.
Well, it's like when you do these stupid boxes, and we did them for our company as well, you always get to decide what you want to show. Like, what is the most important thing? What do you want to convey? Like, ideally, when you do this, you tell some kind of story. But they went out of their way to tell like a really cohesive kind of art piece kind of thing. Like, Insomniac is really good at this stuff. Like, the Resistance 3 box is literally an art piece. It's like the skull of one of the chimeras, and it turns into the skyline of, I think, San Francisco or something. And there's a 3 in there, and it looks so cool and minimalist. And they did kind of the same for this game, and it makes perfect sense. It's just the raw character with a raw new suit that they made themselves, and then just the power that he has the web swinging. That's it. But in this one, it feels like they try to cramp in even more with like the electricity, and I think it's just too much because it breaks the monochrome tone of the game. I think he should have just swung, and the background should have been a bit darker. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Still looks cool. I'm still gonna buy the game, but I don't know.
Yeah, not like the box really matters that much, other than how eye-catchy
I
it
do.
is for most people.
I mean, for this game, it probably doesn't matter because as long as people see Spider-Man, they're gonna buy it either way. But I think in a lot of other cases, like the box or the key art is the most important thing because it's the one tie that just keeps popping back up. Like if you go through a store sale on PS4 or if you go through like a literal store or anywhere you go, even on promotional poster art or at game developer conferences or
Honestly,
game
I think
shows.
the font and the name is more important.
Well,
Like
yeah.
I've like it's more like I look at the writing first, not the image. I think.
I think the
Personally.
logo is definitely important, and what the name is also very important. I mean, I remember the days where we had like Bloodborne, Battlegrounds, Borderlands, all these games starting with like B's kind of blending together because they all came out in the same month or some nonsense.
Yeah.
Also, we talked about like Dead by Daylight, and all these games that have dead in the game, Left 4 Dead, and all this.
Left for
It's just
the Dying Light, Dead by Daylight.
yeah, and all they blend together like crazy. Left 4 Dead at least is cool enough that they have like the hand with like the one finger and the two fingers and stuff. That's like
Yes.
still unique enough of a logo that I still remember properly.
Yes.
Like
I
Turtle
still
Rock
mix
did a
up
really
Dead by
good job
Daylight
there.
and Dying Light. I never know which game I'm talking about.
Yeah, me too. Always, every time, I have to always think about and try to figure out which one is which.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
I agree.
Yeah, but I still think like the cover art is the most important piece of any game because you keep going back to it. If you go through stores or sort through shit, like that's your one tie to the game. Like, do you remember any screenshots that were in the store for The Witcher? No, right?
No.
Do you remember the Witcher box art?
Yes, but it's
There
just
you go.
because it's like from the game. So
Yeah, but it's not even the opening on the title screen. The title screen is Geralt just sitting at a fire. It's like you don't see this thing ever anywhere except when you have the box or when you buy it digitally or on the storefront. And you keep like this is like your mental anchor always. So the better you make it, the better it works.
But for me, like for example, I also remember the tree, how the tree is like with like these claw marks on the Witcher tree. So see, like I remember how the name is written and how the like the color of the
Oh, you
text
mean
and
the logo
three
itself.
red stripes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, originally they had like a 3 in there. And then
Really?
and then they were scared that nobody's gonna play the game because they haven't played the first 2 games. So they made like this little crown at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cute. It's kind of like Horizon Forbidden West, but instead of
The
calling it
Hidden
Horizon
2
2
in there?
Forbidden West, which is literally in the logo, just call it Forbidden West. Damn it! I'm still so angry about that. Anyway, let's transition to 4.5, which Bence doesn't have on his notes, which is going to be a surprise for him. And it's going to be Last of Us again. Hooray!
Wow.
So it turns out that over the last couple of days they had interviews, and The Last of Us Part 2 was supposed to have a much, much darker ending. Did you see this by any chance?
No,
Bence?
I haven't heard of it. But I'm
Damn it.
interested to hear what the ending meant to be. Is that spoiler saying what it was meant to be?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Then we
They
can
call it darker, and it's ironic because that's the ending that the other half of the people who played the game wanted.
Which
But not
half?
the ending
Your
I
half
wanted.
or my half?
Your half.
Okay, I'm
You
interested
should look
to...
that up later.
Yes.
I have it in here as a little tiny note, so we can skip this part. I just wanted to bring it up. So
Well,
maybe
you could
look
also
into
like
that.
just add the spoiler warning and tell it. Like say that, hey guys, turn it off for now, 5 minutes. Because we will have spoilers, no?
Do you want to time code it and put the numbers in the video afterwards?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, then
Alright.
guys, it's a spoiler warning. So if you haven't played The Last of Us 2, then make sure to not listen to us right now and check back in
Look
like
at
5
this
minutes.
timestamp that we put underneath. That's when it's spoiler free again.
Yes.
All right, last warning, spoilers. All right. So the darker ending in quotes is obviously Ellie kills Abby at the end. That was like one of the earlier concepts, and of course it was one of the earlier concepts. Like when you work on a game, you can't go not through the idea of killing that character or not killing that character. That was actually the original ending, but the more they played around with Yara, I think, and Levi, and let them live, it just made more sense, like cohesively with the story that Abby doesn't die at the end. But again, like a lot of people were just frustrated that you don't kill the person that you chase the entire game for revenge.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if I would have liked that ending more. Like, I
No,
was
I
happy
find that
with...
ending dumb because that means
Yeah.
nothing. Like now the
Exact-
story actually has some meaning because you don't kill her.
Yeah, so I think I liked the ending as it was better, even though I didn't like the story of the game, but I like that ending overall.
Yeah, I went through like a lot of comment sections on YouTube and on IGN and GameSpot. And yeah, a lot of people were actually really hype about the darker ending for some reason.
Yeah, I think it makes less sense with the game. If they play the game, like, okay, everyone just hates Abby, but maybe they haven't even played the game or finished it. But if you play the game, even if you don't like Abby, I feel like Ellie not killing Abby makes just more sense for the story, how it is, as it is.
When you like reach the final point of the game, since we're in spoilers anyway, and you like cut Abby loose and Levy, and they're like going to their little boat, and then you have the boat on the right. I was like, honestly, I was so happy because I figured you could just pick your own ending or something, so you don't have to fight. So I was like pointing my stupid stick all the way to the right the entire time.
What's going on? You were like, they were like exactly, awkwardly walking together. Like, it was kind of this feeling when you think you hate someone or something, but then you meet them in real life or whatever, and then it's like, it's not so serious anymore. I don't know if you have ever with someone like, you guys have a beef about something and then you meet them and then you're kind of okay with each other. So it was like, wow.
It's also kind of the state that you find them in, right?
True.
Like totally dehydrated, the muscles are gone, they're just like fucked up people, their head shaved off and everything.
And they're not assholes to you. Like, Abby was like, oh, let's get out of here or whatever. Not like anything bad. So, and you kind of save her life as well. So it was like kind of, like, I like that ending overall. It was cool.
Isn't it weird that all the prisoners that you like just let go like 2 seconds before you find Abby all run guns blazing into like this compound full of guards instead of just running to the boats that are just there?
I mean, they were angry, okay, Max? They wanted to kill the guards, obviously.
Yeah, well, I guess they were basically enslaved by them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, number 5. This one is actually pretty big. So there's a massive bidding war on WB games from Microsoft, EA, Activision Blizzard, and Take-Two Interactive. So the ownership company of Warner Brothers is AMC, and they're this conglomerate that has all these cinema chains. And obviously they're bleeding money right now because all the cinemas are closed.
Yep.
And they can't put out anything, and they're dying out there. So now they're just cutting ties with a whole bunch of sections of their company that don't make money. Yeah, seems that they're trying to get rid of their studios, which means IPs, Rocksteady, I think Avalanche is also working on them, WB Games, and other stuff. How do you feel about this? Who do you want them to buy, Bence? Who should get the IPs? Who should make new games for them?
It's hard. Like, usually I would say Blizzard, but I don't know.
Chinese Batman, huh?
Yeah, not anymore. I don't know. It's like EA is not a hard sell. Activision Blizzard is a hard sell nowadays, so I'm not sure.
Take-Two is terrible.
Exactly. So I don't know.
They're all terrible. Like the thing is, like I read the list. I read the list of potential buyers, and I don't like any of them. I think the best one out of these might be Microsoft, but even they are so slimy with their microtransactions these days in their games.
No, I guess I would actually say Microsoft probably out
of them definitely. Yes. But I think out of every game developer and publisher, I would say either Sony, because they actually do care and they make great products. But if it shouldn't be Sony, because then they're also exclusive to PlayStation, which would suck for everybody.
Yep.
I would say give it to fucking like THQ Nordic, man.
Yeah, that's like, always
they're buying so much stuff off, and so far they haven't delivered anything massive, but at the same time they also haven't delivered like
or fucked up anything like EA had done, Blizzard has done. So
yeah. I mean, we might just be still waiting for like a proper fuck up from them. But
from this list, I think Microsoft is the safest way to go. Like, they are a huge company, kinda okay-ish, even if they have like scammy microtransactions in some games. Overall, they are trying to improve in a lot of Yeah, whatever. All like not like Blizzard doesn't have or EA doesn't have crazy ass loot boxes and microtransactions. So
Yeah, they're all not great. And to be honest, like Warner Brothers wasn't that much better either. I remember Shadow of War or whatever with their orc loot boxes. It broke the entire
yeah,
game. That was pretty awful. Like Warner Brothers isn't one of the good ones for sure. They make great games, but yeah, I trust them as far as I can throw them, to be honest, like gaming wise with microtransactions.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that was like the worst kind of offender still. So compared to this, some other you mentioned would be waivers. At least if they don't change up stuff in the future.
The Lord of the Rings Shadow of War was actually pretty terrible, man. Like
I don't know. I didn't buy any microtransactions, but the game was fun itself, I think.
Yeah, all right. So the original was really good because it had this nemesis system, and you had like these orcs that just followed you throughout the entire game, and everything was so unique and cool. And you just run across like a couple of variants of these orcs, and you actually built narrative with them. And then the second game threw all of that out the window because they were focusing so much on the nemesis system as loot boxes that everything became redundant. And you had to like buy better generals of like legendary orcs, and they died immediately in battles. And the entire third act of the game, the climax, was just this massive 6-hour grind of like trying to take forts over and shit. And you needed to have good generals for those forts, so you could either just buy them or you had to like grind for hours to get them. And it was like really annoying and terrible. And it broke like properly the entire game.
Yeah, I guess I didn't get too hardcore into the game. I played like 70% of the game, but I never bought anything. Or
the only reason why
fun.
it didn't turn out any more shit was because in that year also Star Wars Battlefront 2 came out, which took the crown for
the worst
scammiest
ever
microtransactions and loot boxes ever.
Yeah, right. That was another great story. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I actually played Shadow of War and I was happy with it. I didn't even check the store, to be honest, at all. So
yeah, but if you wanted to finish the game and get like the last part of the story, you always had to like grind through like hours and hours and hours of fucking microtransactions and nonsense.
yeah, I guess if they gate content, just like kind of forcing you to buy microtransactions, that's a really scammy way to do things.
They had like this special orc that you could summon or something, which was one of the developers who died. Like they made him as a skin, and then they wanted to charge money for him until they got such a big backlash that they put him out for free.
Sounds like a great
and
idea.
And that was the skin of
Warner.
a dead employee, dude.
Jesus.
That was fucking awful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know. God knows. If anybody, Microsoft, out of the ones that are listed, but holy shit, if THQ Nordic can just swoop in and take those IPs and those studios.
Yeah, that would be nice. I would be happy with that. I would accept
More
it.
money than God. Give him a shot, for shit's sake.
Yes.
They're not too corrupt yet, I think.
But what games are even like Warner Bros. Are working on, or any bigger titles coming up?
So the Harry Potter game, right?
Oh, right. That's I'm really excited about, too. Are they doing like a Batman game or something?
Then there's the rumors that Rocksteady is working on a Suicide Squad game, I think. I don't know what else. Oh, yeah, there was a Batman game, a new one.
A new Arkham
Batman
something, right?
Something. Yeah, exactly. They've been teasing this throughout the entire year, and I have no idea why they haven't shown anything yet. Like, why start teasing so early and then be silent for like months?
That's actually really funny because Arkham Knight is such a good game. I just playing it and it's kind of old at this point, but the game is so well made. It's crazy. I really enjoy it. So cool.
Yeah, Bat Tank Simulator 2016. Let's go.
Yeah, there's a lot of car things in it for sure, but the gameplay is so fun.
Speaking of Batman, Star Wars is putting out a new show on Disney Plus.
Great. I've never had Disney Plus before or used it, so that's good news for me because it's one less thing I will be able to talk about and see.
No, I'm actually kind of happy. Dave Filoni, the creative mastermind behind the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, is doing a new show called what is it called? Star Wars Bad Batch. It's about elite clones throughout the aftermath of the Clone Wars, and it's a new animated show.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, man, I love Clone Wars, and they just finished their season finale, like series finale recently.
Oh, really? Wait, the Clone Wars animated show?
Yeah.
But that's still ongoing. That's like has been going forever, no?
They started out with a movie which was terrible with George Lucas at the helm. Then they created.
You mean the
6
real life
seasons, I think,
movie?
of. No.
Like the not Clone
There's
Wars
a,
movie.
there's Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the movie.
Okay.
That's an animated movie.
Okay, gotcha.
That was pretty
I
bad.
haven't seen that
But
one yet.
that's the first time you saw like Ahsoka, the apprentice of Anakin and stuff. And that was so bad. Then they made a television show out of it, which was really good with Dave Filoni at the helm, and they did like 6 seasons underneath George Lucas before they sold LucasArts off to Disney. Then they canceled that show. Then they did Star Wars Rebels, which was happening in the midst of the original, no, right before the original trilogy. Like
By the
right
way, Max
before it
knows a
started.
lot about Star Wars, if you guys haven't noticed. I remember that once with one of our coworkers, he had a discussions about the Mandalorian, I think some symbol or something, and they had like a half an hour discussion and argument about it, and Max was right at the end, so...
Yeah, the crest on, yeah, whatever, is a
Yeah.
spoiler. Yeah, man, and the new show is like right between Rebels and the Clone Wars, and couldn't be happier because the animated shows are fucking awesome, and as long as Dave Filoni is any sort of involved, it's gonna be great, because he was also executive producer on The Mandalorian. The only difference is that Jon Favreau did the directing for those. Well, he planned it out. There were different directors for every episode, but he was like the mastermind behind it. Yeah, Star Wars is looking up, man. I'm really happy. Like, if they're gonna announce a new trilogy, I actually do have some hope now. A new hope, some might say.
Oh wow, the puns never stop. Never stop, Max.
My forceful awakening awakens.
Oh my god.
Something.
Guys, just turn the
let,
podcast off.
let it
I
die.
think that, yeah.
Number 7. Item number 7 is for you, Bence. Only for you. World of Warcraft drops Gender Shard. Now it's free with a new update, Shadowlands. New expansion, Shadowlands. So instead of $15, now you can swap your gender for free in the game. How do you feel about this?
It's very woke of Blizzard Activision to do that. I love you. But like, I think it's cool, obviously. It's like something that costs money is free now. So that's always a good change. And I guess in 2020, you can better choose your whatever race or gender as you wish at any point. But I think they still charge if you want to change your race. But it's nice that you can change your gender. Like sometimes I make a character and you have to spend obviously a lot of time invested in that one character. And sometimes you just feel like you want to change things up. So I even paid for like race change before, even like faction change. So I'm happy that now I can do this for free and there's nothing that would cost me money. And I don't have to like creating my character under like huge pressure to choose that, okay, I will spend this 300 hours with this one character. So I think it's nice.
How much do you pay for like a was it like race change? Or...
I think it's like race change. Like when you change your race, you can also change your gender, I think. But it was like $25 or something. I think the faction change is also like 30 or something. Yeah.
That was back in the day, like half a game. Holy shit.
Yeah, and you also paid a subscription fee, right, over that. So WoW is not an cheap game.
That makes no sense to me. Like, holy crap, dude. I understand that you don't want people like constantly flipping their genders and stuff, because that just makes your character less special, because you spend less time
Wow,
with
because
that
your
person
character is so special, right?
No, it's like if you start a role-playing game, right? Like Dragon Age Origins, and then you create your own character, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Imagine you could just change everything constantly. That would be so annoying.
Okay, in that game it makes sense, but in World of Warcraft it's meant to be an MMORPG technically, but no one plays it as a role-playing game anymore. I guess there are servers which are very serious and people are actually like using the bowing feature, kneeling and talking like with emotes and stuff, which is cool and I respect it, but yeah, you're not so special anymore.
I mean, I can see that it might not be that special,
it's
but
very streamlined.
I mean, like, more special for your gaming experience. Like, if you think back about World of Warcraft, like, you have your character in mind. Imagine, like, you constantly switching races and genders.
Never mind.
Stuff.
For
like,
me, it's not really about the character.
Then.
It's more about the journey you go through. Like, more like the memorable locations, quests. I'm not so tied to the character. Deep. Yeah, I know. It's not about the end, Max. It's
Fine.
about the journey.
All right, it's a good change. I agree. That should have happened a long time ago, though. $15 for like a gender change is insane to me.
Yeah.
Unreal. All right, next topic is for you as well. You wanna like helmet number 8, Dr.Disrespect.
Yeah. So
Off
we
you go,
actually heard
Bence.
some
Off you
news.
go.
So Dr.Disrespect has been banned from Twitch, as you guys may have heard, because it was everywhere in the news. He was just randomly, no one knows why, banned. And Doc actually said on his Twitter that, guys, I have no idea what's going on. Twitch hasn't reached out to me. I was banned. We haven't heard anything from Twitch at all. And there were like crazy theories going on in the internet saying that he is starting a new streaming platform with Ninja and Shroud. Or he's joining Spotify in like a huge deal and stuff like this, but it all made no sense. But he actually spoke yesterday or before yesterday. I don't know if you even heard that, Max. So there's an update.
He did an interview, right?
Exactly, he did an interview, and he basically still stated the same thing, that he and his team has not really any idea why he was banned, and he's thinking of pressing legal actions against Twitch, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yes,
because Twitch actually just announced Dr.Disrespect like 2 months ago with a really cool CGI trailer as their partner, and he was just completely dropped and banned. So
yeah, there's a lot of money
really
involved
funny
in this deal. I can totally see like legal action has to be taken from any side.
Well, it depends
like
on the reason of the ban, right? Like, we still don't know why he was banned. Like, people were guessing it has to do with the Me Too movement, and he probably did something with some other high-end or like high viewership female Twitch streamer, which that's one of the theories, who is also staying anonymous, but they had to ban him because of the allegations. But no one really knows what happened. Is it really bad? Did he rape someone? Did he like molest a child? Like, these are the speculations, because why else would he get permabanned without any notifications? But maybe it has nothing to do with it, and it's just some business move by Doc, which breaks the terms and agreements for Twitch partnership, which would get him banned. But obviously that's not so serious as like some criminal activity. So really no one knows what's going on. And if it's some allegation, then Twitch bans him, but then they do their internal investigation, which is probably ongoing right now, and they find out like he actually did nothing, then I could completely see Doc suing Twitch and even winning the lawsuit very easily, because it's like it's almost defamation on a level, because of all the speculations going around the internet because of his ban, and because Twitch is completely silent, not saying anything, any reasoning at all. So it's a very tricky situation, and I'm very excited to actually see what exactly happened and why he was banned.
Yeah, well, first of all, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, like if he actually doesn't know or not. That's the kind of the biggest question. Like, if it's really something inflammatory, like it's also in his best interest that they're gonna keep a lid on it. As far
Yeah,
as
but if he says he doesn't know,
but at the same time, like in the interview, he also said that he's looking like into Dr.Disrespect relaunch 3.0 and what he's gonna do in the future and stuff. So that doesn't sound like he's looking at any prison time or some nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and he also said he won't be back on Twitch, by the way. I don't know if you heard that as well.
Yeah,
he said Twitch is out.
He said that he's never gonna be back on Twitch, and
I'm
he
not
also
surprised.
said that he's not gonna do anything exclusive deals. So
yeah, exactly. So those theories are in the trash instantly, like the Spotify and their own platform.
But he also said that he was in a stream with somebody watching somebody else, and then suddenly like all of his privileges on Twitch got like locked, and he didn't know what was happening, and he called his wife, and then they had to actually figure out that Twitch banned him.
Yeah, it's
so I don't
crazy.
think it was like his move either.
No, I don't think it was his move. I think it's something that Twitch did, and I don't believe that he doesn't know the reason, to be honest. But if he's lying that he doesn't know, that would be also weird, because we will find out the reason soon enough, and then we will know if he knew, right? So then we will know if he lied or not. So I think it would be weird for him to say... Yeah, exactly. But it would be weird for him to say that he doesn't know if we will find out that he knew, because that would put him in an even worse picture. So maybe he really doesn't know. Like, that would be crazy though. Like, getting banned without you knowing why, and you're like one of the biggest partners. like one of the most viewed streamers on the platform for years, and you just get like dropped like this without reasons. That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, that would be a crazy story. Make a movie out of it. I don't really care.
No, like I think it's just like shows you that being a YouTuber or even streamer is like you don't know when your job just ends or when you're gone completely. So you better make the best of your time when you are there. So like what happened if you know yeah, PewDiePie had,
like even if you're
like PewDiePie no because they are self-employed. Like a Hollywood star actually had a job, right? But these people are so relying on these platforms which they have no control of at all. Like obviously if you do anything criminal in any job you go to prison or whatever, and that makes sense. But if PewDiePie said something on his stream and he gets banned from YouTube for his life, then his job is gone in one day, you know? Or if they don't have ads anymore, then your money is gone, even though you keep your job, but you don't get money. So it's not too safe to work in these spheres. So I guess that's a trade-off.
Well, you know the risk, but at the same time, you also make a shit ton of money, and you don't. Well, you have to pay taxes, I assume, but you don't have any like business deals or agreements that you have to like pay half of it to or some nonsense.
True, I guess like you make a shit ton of money if you are Dr.Disrespect or PewDiePie, but if you are like a smaller, which makes like a regular salary kind of money, and you suddenly use your job, then you are way more fucked than these huge millionaires basically.
Yeah, again, you know the risks. Like you stream, but you also do a full-time job and a podcast, so you know what you're in for, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, so many kids nowadays, like even my nephew, they all want to be YouTubers or like streamers or gamers, whatever. But it's not so safe to do these kind of jobs, I guess.
Yeah, but it never was. Like in the beginning, especially when things started out, like when people actually could become big. Like nowadays, it's almost impossible to be big. But back in the day when all of this shit started out, like there's always the fear of like, you really doing this? Like on this weird platform, you're gonna do videos as like as you're doing your hobby as a job. You think that's gonna get you money? You quit school for this?
Hobbies?
Think like of the future, honey.
Yeah, but don't you think that when these started, people started as a hobby as well, probably not taking it too seriously, and maybe they popped off and they're like, oh shit, I'm making millions right now, what? And then of course you will quit your job or whatever. Like there's like a decision when you're like, okay, now I'll do this full time, or I just keep doing it as like a hobby.
There's a lot of people nowadays and back in the day who did this as a hobby. Yeah, they started out and just did this for shits and giggles like us. But at some point you hit the point in which, like, for example, let's say we're gonna keep growing, right? Like we're doing some growing, and let's say we're gonna keep growing. Like you hit the point in which you don't get enough new followers and you have people leaving. That's like the saturation point. So what do you do then? Do we keep just our jobs and then just do this on the side as a hobby? Or do we throw our jobs in the trash, take the leap, build this out way more properly, and spend our entire working time making this better and the best thing we can do, and maybe add some other shows to it and stuff, you know? Yeah. It's like a leap of faith always. Like you don't just blow up like crazy and earn millions out of nowhere. That usually doesn't happen. That always takes work.
Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, that should be the lesson from this, that if you work hard, maybe you will succeed, but don't try to count on luck, basically. Put in the effort.
No, the lesson of this is if you stream, don't stream on Twitch, because it just drop you like a shit old turd.
I like Twitch, man. I stream on Twitch, by the way, /BDBoy. Make sure to check me out. Thank you.
Wow, what a plot. All right, let's blaze through number 9 to get to number 10, because 10 is very sexual. All right, number 9. Monster Hunter movie gets delayed. Do you care?
No, I don't care at all. So.
All right, I did care, and I did had some topics lined up for this, but since we're running out of time and we still had to go through the Ubisoft thing, let's just skip this one and go straight into Henry Cavill builds his own gaming rig. Estimated around $4,500 with keyboard and all the other stuff that he didn't show in the video. $5,400.
Yeah, I don't know how you can build that expensive PC. I watched the video. It was cute. It was sexy. Very
so
sexy.
Sexual. Like I love the sound in the music in the background.
He was a bit of a newbie, to be honest.
Very white.
I mean, yeah, he was actually not super noob, but like medium noob. It was cute. I liked it. He built some Ryzen Threadripper PC, I think, with some nice graphics card. He put it all together himself. recorded it himself. It's a great video. You guys should watch it. I don't know. It went kind of viral on Twitter, I guess. Where Max sent it to me as well. It was really fun. I really love Henry Cavill. Was it Instagram? I think I watched it on Twitter.
Yeah, Instagram.
Well, I really like Henry Cavill, and it's like watching Superman or The Witcher, Geralt building a PC is very sexy. So guys, watch it.
Yeah, man, that dude is such a dork. That's honestly like him in the bathroom in Mission Impossible Fallout. The first fight of The Witcher and this video are like the most 3 sexual scenes with him.
Yeah, I mean PCs are very sexy.
Dude, I love it the way he just like lifts up his computer with his muscles, just like almost flexing out of his shirt while he's like building some nerdy. It's so great.
Yeah, he's a huge gamer actually, right? Like
yeah,
he even played the Witcher games, for example.
I think so, yeah. He was a massive fan of Geralt of Rivia and The Witcher before he got the role. He applied to the role because he wanted to play Geralt so bad. When he got cast as Superman, he got a call from the studio, and he didn't pick up because he was World of Warcrafting and didn't notice the phone with the headphones on.
That's my man.
And
that's how you do.
He's a national treasure. Him and Keanu Reeves, man.
Yeah, I really
and
like
Robert Downey Jr.
Them. 3, yeah. They're all so nice.
God. I wish Henry Cavill would have played Batman. I think he would have played a fucking dope Batman.
Yeah, but he's already Superman, so that doesn't work.
I said I wish he would have.
Yeah, but it wouldn't work.
I wish they would have cast I wish they would have cast anybody else for Superman and then would have fired or not even hired Zack Schneider, and
but I think he's a good Superman,
else.
Don't you think? Like he has this good boy vibe and he has the body type.
No, he doesn't at all. Like he's this brooding asshole in all the superhero movies of DC because they just wanted to go for like a dark, gritty realism thing.
I don't know.
And Henry Cavill is super charming, and I love him, and he's awesome as hell. But if you give him nothing in the script, then obviously you get nothing in the movie.
True.
And if you have a Superman that just doesn't even smile and just like pouts all the time, that's
but
just
I
kind
of like Man of Steel. It was cute.
I don't like Man of Steel.
Really?
I don't like any of the new DC movies. I think Wonder Woman was fine. Aside from that, everything is just.
Yeah, I like Gotham, which is not a movie, but it's good.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a movie.
Yeah.
All right. Do you got anything more to add to this?
Yeah, we love you, Henry Cavill. That's it.
Please come on our podcast.
Oh, if Henry Cavill, if he comes on my podcast, I mean not comes, but like talks on my podcast, that would be great. I would really appreciate it.
Nice, Bence, nice.
I guess that would be even more viral, but okay, let's move on to the next one.
That pretty much concludes the news, and now we're moving into the Ubisoft Forward event. Do you want to lead us off with that?
Sure. So this Ubisoft Forward happened last week, and I think it was kind of a letdown for me. I was really bored in most of it until the very end. So how it started is that they opened the whole thing with some Watch Dogs Legion short film and a huge segment about the game. Like, I've seen so much of the game at this point that I almost don't even want to play it anymore. Even though, like, this Ubisoft Forward made me not want to play the game, actually. But they also let some streamers and content creators on YouTube play the game and comment on it. And that brought me back to the game again, and I'm excited again. But yeah, man, that's how it started. What do you think?
Yeah, well, the reason why you already seen too much of this game is probably because originally the idea was that...
Yeah, so much, like, they've been pushing the narrative, like obviously the main point of the game is that you can switch agents or hire anymore, right? But they are talking so much about it. You can play
as anybody, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's that they are talking so much about this that it's almost, like, too much, for real.
Yeah, it's their, like, unique feature in this game, basically.
It's really cool, but
yeah, it's a cool feature. This game should have been out in February this year, but they delayed their entire schedule because Breakpoint broke their the games. They had to delay everything because everything was subpar and terrible.
I think that was the breaking point for them.
Exactly. And this thing should have been out already, and now that they're like just doing and showing more of this game. I think it's too much. They should just release it and be done with it.
Yeah, but
Honestly, this
so
entire press conference was honestly just boring as hell to me. The
That's
only
what I
cool
was
thing was
saying,
the
it
Far
was
Cry
so
trailer. That's it.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, I was so bored until the very end when they revealed Far Cry, which was actually super cool. But talking of Legion, as I said, the streamers played it and like some YouTubers, and they had some comments on it. And apparently, this system of hiring anyone is actually really cool and impressive. Like, you can literally hire anyone, and then they have their own storylines, voice lines, background, completely, and it's super cool. Like, it's almost next gen. If you would call something next gen, that's it.
How much did those streamers play the game?
I think they could play openly. Like, they didn't have like limitation there, but they had like 4 hours, I think. Like, the same with Valhalla. They got 4 hours to play both, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but yeah.
No, I believe it. Like, I don't know. Watch Dogs has this weird history of like highs and lows. The first time it showed, it seemed like the most impressive game ever. When it was supposed to be the first next gen game that was announced, I think, from Ubisoft. Then it got like downgraded like crazy, looked like trash, played like Assassin's Creed with like some hacking up. Then the second one got so much better, but nobody cared anymore.
I like both first and second.
And the whole-
I think, yeah.
Yeah, the second one was for free, I think, last week or something. Like Ubisoft had it.
Oh
for
yeah,
free
I
on
bought
Steam,
it like a
I
few
think.
months ago, and now it was free. It was during the Forward. You could get it for free, wasn't that the case?
Yeah, something like that. And yeah, I don't know. The new one seems really impressive, but I just can't be bothered, to be honest.
But
I
graphically,
just
it's
don't
also
know.
impressive. I think, like, from what I've seen, it's all around a great game.
They always look cool. I just can't deal with this crap. If I had to like choose between playing the game forever or buying it even, or just watching Mr. Robot, I would rather just watch Mr. Robot.
Okay, Max. Well, I like this kind of games, so it's kind of for me. But talking of open world Ubisoft games that has been shown like so much now, second one was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which they again showed a bunch of boring. Okay, no, this is the first time they show gameplay, I think, but it was so boring
they
for
had
me.
a gameplay. They had a gameplay trailer in quotes at the end of the
Gameplay
Xbox
trailer, okay.
game.
Oh my god, don't even mention that shit because that had nothing to do with gameplay. What the fuck did they think? Like this, oh, let's reveal this gameplay trailer and then show a cinematic trailer. Great, thank you, Ubisoft. Like, or was that on the PlayStation event? I can't even remember. Like, what the fuck?
No, that was the Xbox event. That was the last
Xbox
thing.
event.
They hyped it up as like, oh, we're gonna end
Jesus.
the event for the first time showing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
And they showed
Like,
the
the
cinematic.
rollout of this game is so weird to me. Like, I really don't know.
But I have the same feeling with this game. I seen too much at this point. Just give me the game. Like, they again showed so much. They basically were showing like dual wielding feature, which sounds really cool. You can bash people with 2 shields. They showed the whole world, like a bunch of stuff. But it also looked a lot like Origin to me. Like, okay, not like the world itself, because obviously the atmosphere is very different, but
You mean the
graphically,
gameplay?
gameplay and graphics, I didn't feel the leap of generation in the trailer.
Why would
Like,
there be a leap?
because like in Watch Dogs, I kind of felt the leap in like, okay, it's next gen. I can see the ray tracing. I can see these very cool elements. But Assassin's Creed looked very samey, like Odyssey
There
or.
you go. Because it's not the next gen game. It's just a new Assassin's Creed. It's this year's new Assassin's Creed game.
I guess, I don't know. I expected it to be.
I don't understand how
better
anybody
action.
can get excited for these things anymore. Like, Origins was super cool because they finally switched things up. And now you
Yeah.
have Odyssey, which was going on forever and had like these gazillion DLC packs. And now you going straight into Valhalla. And it's probably going to be the same thing again. It's just going to be so long. It's going to be the same gameplay. It's going to be the same nonsense story over and over again.
Actually,
can't
they
deal with this
also,
crap
you know,
anymore.
okay, actually, I had a very weird thought about this game. It reminds me a lot of The Witcher, like Witcher 3.
Yeah, of course it does, because Gallagher is literally Norway.
Like, yeah, I mean, and also, but even the main character, if you choose the male one, he looks like Geralt in a way. I don't know. It just, and the whole thing, like, the whole systems, like, they also let content creators, the same as Watch Dogs, play this game, and they also put up videos, which also made the game look better, in my opinion, than their own event. But it's very reminiscent of The Witcher 3 mixed with like Origin. That would be my Yes, yeah.
How is this surprising to you? I mean, look at The Witcher 3 and look at Assassin's Creed Origins. The systems are not that much different. Assassin's Creed literally
Yeah,
just became like a vertical RPG at this point.
yeah, maybe, but like that, like Origin, I wouldn't compare to Witcher for some reason, but this game is just straight up like maybe because of the environment, like I said, like Skellige looks very similar.
I think it's the environment and the people. Like, it's literally Skellige. Skellige is all Scandinavian countries in just one mesh, and this entire like whimsical icy thingy. It's like, yeah,
Yeah, it's Witcher.
this is like straight up Britain and Scandinavia. That's it.
Yeah, so
Witcher is Poland and Scandinavia.
I'm excited still. I always like the Assassin's Creed games. They are like the game that you can always play, but never take so seriously. At least for me, it's like, oh, I'll just mess around with it. It's kind of like cool to explore these nice environments, like kill some people. This game is very brutal as well. It's just always fun. So I'm excited for it, but not like super hyped. Like, you know, I'm more hyped for Legion to be honest.
To me, Assassin's Creed is this franchise that's always great, but it also is just Call of Duty for single-player games.
Yeah, I agree. True. But Call of Duty is usually
the last
pretty good
Assassin's
as well.
Creed that I played was Brotherhood, and that was the third one. Jesus Christ, I can't deal with these things.
Which one is your
anymore.
favorite Assassin's Creed games out of all?
I only played 3, so Assassin's Creed 2.
Okay, have you not played Black Flag?
I literally said the last one that I played was Brotherhood. And that's the third game in the series.
Yeah, but maybe you didn't play it in order. Like I didn't play Brotherhood, for example.
No, I only played 3. I played 1, 2, and then 3. And at 3 I already got burned out. Because it's just the same stuff over and over again.
But you should try Black Flag. I think that's the best out of all the Assassin's Creed games still.
It seems the most fun. Speaking of Black Flag, what we forgot to mention before is that it turns out that Ubisoft internally is rebooting Skulls and Bones, which was originally a spin-off game from the naval combat from Assassin's Creed, and now they want to turn it into Fortnite.
Fortnite, I was thinking of more like, not Fortnite, but...
No, they...
What is this other game?
They said in the article they want to turn it into like a live servicey kind of
Yeah,
Fortnite
exactly,
thing.
but there's another game, this Microsoft game, this pirate game. What is it called?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, yeah, I think it's more like that. That's also like live service.
No, it's not.
Kinda. No? Okay.
That is an open world pirate simulator game. This one is gonna be like a single player and you have to do like battle royale. I would honestly think it's probably gonna be battle royale. Alright, so they rebooted this thing from the ground up. So I don't know what it looks like right now, but last time I played it at Gamescom, it was literally just naval combat. You're on an ocean, you have like a lot of special abilities. You have like a ship, you have a special captain with special abilities as well, and then you just fight against other people with like your unique traits of the ships and whatever, and you engage in naval combat and then take them out.
Okay.
And then you respawn and whatever. So I can totally see them just making a big ass map.
Fortnite version.
You can go around. You can go to islands, select new weapons from them, and then just mow each other down.
Okay, well, we will see anyway, because it's just rumors right now, or is it like confirmed?
Reportedly, so it's only rumors.
Yeah,
but it makes sense. This game has been like,
yeah,
this game has been dead for a while, but like we haven't heard anything, and they haven't shown it, which is weird.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Probably because they knew it was failing.
True. But yeah, as I was saying, talking of Fortnite, they revealed 3 mobile games in the which is half of the games they revealed, literally. And
Skip.
One was Tom Clancy's Alex Squad, which straight up looked like Fortnite. Like, legitimately, I thought it's Fortnite. I thought it's like a Fortnite expansion, and then they said it's Tom Clancy's Alex Squad. I was so confused. What do you think of that, Max?
I'm so over it. Can we just... I think
Can
nothing.
we just get a Splinter Cell
garbage.
game? Like an actual good game that everyone wants, not these garbage phone games, please. Thank you.
I think we're gonna get a Splinter Cell game next generation, to be honest.
Is it an...
like
what was it saying?
The IP is too valuable. If Microsoft is ultra smart, they would literally go to Ubisoft, tell them, like, here's a whole bunch of money that we're gonna shove in your face. Can you just make a Splinter Cell exclusive game for our console launch? Done.
That would be nice. Although there's no Xbox exclusives because you can play them on PC, so rip. There's literally no exclusive. Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, I know.
No, like it's still exclusive in terms of no PlayStation player gets it. But yeah, I agree. It was just weird. And yeah, 3 mobile games out of season April full show. Thank you, Ubisoft, for delivery.
Thanks, Blizzard.
Yep. And then I think you can talk a lot about this one, which is Far Cry 6 reveal, which was actually really cool. Like they showed the whole trailer and just I think they had like a small cinematic stuff before, which reminded me weirdly of like a James Bond intro, because it was like very artistic and like things moving around, shifting into other things, which was really cool already. Then they revealed the name and then they showed the whole trailer, like a cinematic trailer, which was amazing. And I'm really excited. But tell us about the trailer a bit more, Max.
Well, all right, so the entire event, right? I think there should have been half an hour of just a couple of trailers, and then if they wanted to have all the streamers afterwards, they could have just done some live streams on Twitch.
Yeah.
I feel like this entire event was way too long and too bloated with like nonsense. But let's carry on with
games.
Far Cry 6, because Far Cry 6 actually looks really fucking dope.
I mean, we haven't seen any
interesting as
gameplay,
well.
but the trailer looks very dope for sure. And the world they showed.
I mean, like gameplay wise, I think you can expect just Far Cry mixed with what was the other game? Homefront: The Revolution. That was like originally a Crytek game in which you can just like make weapons and stuff, which was like kind of a Far Cry successor-ish game, which didn't land well. But there was also a game about a revolution, and you have like an open world with like sections that you can take back and stuff. So you're playing as the hero of the game again, and the antagonist is gonna be El Presidente, played by, oh my god, let me not butcher his name, please. Giancarlo Esposito.
He's such a good actor.
Does that sound alright?
I
Yeah,
think
that dude
so.
is fucking awesome. He's in Breaking Bad, he's in The Mandalorian, he's in The Boys now.
He's Better Call Saul as well.
Yeah, man, that dude gets typecast beyond belief. Like, he's gonna be a villain forever just because he played a good villain once.
Yeah, he's like, he has this characteristic that he speaks very deep voice and very intelligently, but in a slowly, intelligently, in a like creepy way. It's really cool, like very intimidating.
Man, he's menacing as fuck, like straight up. Every time he shows up anywhere, like just the way he like presents himself, like always just stretching, and he seems like ready to go. He doesn't need to like hit someone or something. It's just the way
no, that's
he talks
like this.
and, like,
He's like this elegant kind of criminal mind. So he's like very intelligent, as I said, and always very like precise, almost like psychopathic, like very gentleman-like, with straight back, with very like strict movements, and then as he speaks, it's just so creepy.
Yeah, man, I'm really curious how they actually have his motion capture in the game, because this was like a CGI cinematic trailer, right? This was like the opening, basically.
Yeah, I expect.
So I'm curious if they can translate any of his like facial expressions to this game. Because,
I would expect
like for The Last of Us, it's easy because it's like such a streamlined game. But at the same time, like Far Cry 6, if you think about what was it, like the Messiah or the priest or whatever the main dude was, like
in the 5th,
Joseph something.
Was it 5?
Yeah, exactly.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know the name anymore, but yeah, the cult leader guy.
I think his name was Joseph something.
Probably.
Father Joseph?
Yeah,
maybe?
Could be.
Anyway, like, he was properly captured, but at the same time, like, there was a lot of wonk going on, just with the expressions and the animations and stuff. Also with the Troy Baker villain from 4. Like, there's always this weird uncanny valley. Well, always, yeah, but I don't know. I'm just really curious if they can capture, like, all this menacing stuff.
I think I wouldn't.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so the backstory of him is basically that his father was a dictator before him. He got everything handed on a silver spoon, and his father was lynched by the people, but then he played it smart and got elected by his people to be the leader of this country. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to shut his country off from the outside, so they're using their own resources inside the country to sustain themselves and also export stuff. So they're not like required to import anything from anybody else. And there's like a lot of opposition to that. And now he has also this kid called, what's this kid called? It's Diego. Yeah, Diego, played by Anthony Gonzalez. That is the kid. Oh my god, I wrote that down somewhere. Oh. Which role did the kid play again? Fuck, I can't remember. Oh, I had it like yesterday. Shit. Anyway, he has his kid and he's trying to like groom him and get him to the point in which he's already exceeding his own age, basically trashing his childhood to become the next dictator.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the trailer, he basically puts a grenade in his hand. Like he unlocks the grenade or whatever you call it, and then puts it in his hand and makes him walk with it. So
yeah, the kid's playing like with a toy car and just trying to be a child, and then he comes in, puts the grenade in the kid's hand, explains how the grenade functions. Like if you keep it steady and don't move and hold the pin in, it's gonna be fine. No, the handle.
Not the pin. Like he pulls out the pin
and
yeah.
Exactly, and then he explains how the country relates to the grenade, and in the end, he makes the kids throw the grenade into the
crowd.
I don't know, revolution, or something.
Yeah. The people that are revolting against them, kind of, I think.
Pretty much, yeah. So I watched the IGN interview with Giancarlo Esposito, and he talked to IGN about the world and how this all like plays out and what he thinks. And there's like all these rumors going on that this kid Diego is gonna be like in some regards related to Far Cry 3's villain Vaz.
Oh yeah, because Diego he has the eyebrow scar, the same scar, so it's very reminiscent of that.
Yeah, but the El Presidente actor already revealed that this game is actually playing in today's time, so that wouldn't make sense then.
Yeah, okay.
So that's already kind of defunct. And what they wanted to do is they wanted to have like a modern guerrilla revolution, but also wanted to tell a story about the island frozen in time. So it's kind of like modern warfare. Well, yeah, it's all right. How to describe this? There's so many themes going on. It's basically, what if North Korea in today's time is a complete isolated state like it is, but what if like a shit ass revolution goes on in there with modern time weapons and the current mindset?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really fun to play and exciting environment, right?
Yeah, it's like the Cuba thing, right? Like this entire game is based on the Cuba revolution, and it looks so cool, man.
I'm just excited to see the gameplay because like Far Cry is also one of those games that you just get a game every year at this point, and always pretty similar. Same game with different skins.
Intersection games. I think between 4 and 3, 4, then Primal, then 5, then New Dawn, and now they always have like these filler games in the middle. I think they need to stop that. They are oversaturating their own market.
And those games are usually not even that good. Although Primal I actually like, but New Dawn was just weird. My opinion.
I don't know. I haven't played New Dawn. They had like some cool weapons with like some you could shoot some chainsaw blades and stuff. I don't know. I think they were like Mans at Arms or something, like these channels that actually built the weapon that shoots like these chainsaw blades or something.
That's cool, but the game itself was pretty
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to the new Far Cry.
Yeah, finally I'm excited for a Far Cry game. That's kind of cool. Like I was not so into 5, New Dawn either. Primal I liked, 4 I think I liked, 3 I like the older games I actually liked more, and then it just got very boring and repetitive. But this game actually, like, I feel like they're trying some new stuff out in this one. I don't know, I have that vibe going on, so I think maybe it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, I played 1, but I like Crysis more. I played 2, I hated the malaria stuff. I loved 3, that was fucking awesome. There were a lot of parts that I liked in 4, like with the helicopter and all the verticality of like the Himalaya mountains and stuff. Primal I didn't even try because it just seemed so weird to me. I tested 5, but it didn't really vibe with me. Like the only new things were you like your comrades and stuff, and it was just weird and boring and drawn out. So I didn't even try New Dawn either because it was just the same.
It was the same game. It was literally the same. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. I hope they're gonna switch things up because I think even they can tell that their formula is getting kind of stuck. So I'm hoping for like a Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed Origins scenario in which they changed the entire gameplay system and stuff.
Yeah, I really hope that. But I have the feeling that they're gonna do that. For some reason, that's the vibe I got from this trailer itself. That they like put this huge story, super much focused on this environment and this scenario with like very deep characters. I think we still don't know who you're gonna play as, right? But it's gonna be.
No, that
really
wasn't
cool.
revealed yet.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's gonna be great.
The only thing that the main actor Esposito revealed that he as a character in the game has a lot of clashes with your main character, so you can.
Okay, so you're fighting against them. You're a revolutionary. You can already know.
Well, yeah, I think you are, but I'm saying that you have a lot of screen time with them, so there's probably gonna be a whole bunch of cutscenes in which they actually talk to each other.
That's
which
nice.
is good because I remember. Yeah, in Far Cry 4, you're only talking to like the main antagonist beginning at the end, like properly. Throughout the middle of the game, he's just gone. And then in 5, yeah, you have this entire opening cutscene where everything goes to shit.
The helicopter.
And then you have to like, yeah, then you have to talk to or like take down like his cult, like his cult leaders, and then in the end you like meet him again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait, which one? Wait, was
so it's nice.
Which one is the one when you party in the beginning and then that was really funny beginning. 3. Oh, I really like that.
So yeah, you have a lot of screen time with Vaz in 3.
Yeah.
Like you immediately wake up, you have like a long ass conversation with him. See him throughout the game because you're getting recaptured and he tries to re-kill you over and over again.
Yeah.
And then you have like a really trippy boss fight and then the game just keeps going even though the best character in the game just died.
True, but that's so cool. Maybe that's my favorite Far Cry game after all.
Yeah, definitely. I think 3 is my favorite as well.
Yeah.
It was just new and fresh and so fluid to play.
Yeah, so cool. Okay, but
Yeah,
I guess
really
we are both
hoping that,
excited
like-
and we are very excited to see some gameplay of the game because now we see the story, see the cinematic. We just hope it's gonna be good gameplay wise as well, but we still have to see. So
You know what I would have liked to see from this fucking event? Beyond Good and Evil 2.
that would have been cool. Yeah. I mean,
It's been like 4
they
years.
say that there's gonna be another Ubisoft Forward soon in 2 weeks or something. So I guess they're gonna reveal a bunch more stuff.
Gotta hope so.
Like this
But if
event
they're
was
just gonna show
underwhelming.
us like more
overall.
alpha footage of Beyond Good and Evil 2, I'd rather just let them like sit it out for another year and just show us something proper.
Yeah, what do you expect from the next Forward, capping this Ubisoft event up?
Well, if I had to guess, I would say we're probably gonna see the rollerblade game again that we saw last year.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 already is announced, so it would not be shocking if they like
Maybe
focus
some
their
gameplay
second
from Far
direct
Cry
on that.
6. Possibly. Revealing Skull and Bones, maybe. Now that we talked about it, it kind of leaked and stuff, so maybe they actually reveal it.
The question is what makes sense, right? Because there's only so much left this year. So what they're probably gonna push out this year is the new Assassin's Creed game because they showed a lot of it, and they're probably gonna try to push the rollerblade game out. So I'm
And-
assuming that
And what if they reveal a new
assuming
IP? That would be cool.
they already did Hyperscape.
I mean, like a real game, not a VR clone.
So
Like a real.
I don't
single
think
player
we're gonna
whatever.
see any Far Cry 6 gameplay footage. Maybe we get a quick trailer of the protagonist, maybe, but I don't think we'll see gameplay. I think what we'll see is alright. So we're gonna see the rollerblade game again. We see like a little teaser of Beyond Good and Evil because that's gonna be like ported to next gen 100%, and it's gonna be massive. And they're probably gonna spend a couple more years on that just to get that right. But I think we're gonna see Gods and Monsters.
Could be. Yeah, finally, something about that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, we will see,
so I
and we'll
think
probably cover it when it happens anyway. So
Maybe we get a new Rayman game as well,
that would be dope.
like a
Like
Rayman
Rayman.
artsy game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing like the Super Mario and Rabbids Studios working on a new Rayman game. I think we're gonna see Gods and Monsters. I think we're gonna see like a protagonist trailer for Far Cry 6, and I think we're gonna get like a little update on Beyond Good and Evil 2. That's what I would guess.
Yeah, I'm still thinking that they will say something about Skull and Bones now that stuff came out about it. So
Well,
it's
the
possible.
question is, when did they reboot it internally?
True.
It's great that it leaked, but at the same time, like if they rebuild it from the ground up, then
Yeah,
God
I don't
knows
know,
how
but
far
I
they
think
are
it
at this
leaked
point.
because they probably already had something planned, maybe, and that's how the leaks happen. No.
Well, no screenshots leaked or any videos. If they have like an internal plan, that just means that the internal plan leaked. Fuck knows
Okay.
what that
Well, we will
means.
see. Anyway, I think it's
Yeah.
like happening in 1 or 2 weeks, so then we will but definitely talk about it.
I hope it's not Skull and Bones because I really couldn't care less about that game, especially now when I want to like shove a like, Fortnite theme into it.
I mean, that's just rumors, allegedly. We don't know.
Yeah, but if those rumors are true, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't really
I
care
already
either
didn't
way.
care about the game, but
Yeah,
now
same.
I care even. I wasn't sure if that was possible, but they did it. They succeeded.
Yeah, I don't care either way either, unless it's really cool. Like, I can only be positively disappointed. Like,
I don't care unless it's really cool though.
and I care if it's like something you don't care about, but then you find out it's really good. Then that's the best.
Yeah, just give me Ratchet and Clank for PS5 and I'll be satisfied.
Same.
At this point, I just want to like lie down, finish the games that I have, get the plats, maybe start Ghost of Tsushima, and then just like take a 5-month break and just play Cyberpunk.
So are you gonna get Ghost of Tsushima as well now? It's worth. Like from the reviews, I think it's worth.
Look, I want to play it. It looks so dope, like really, really dope. The second I saw it, like in the last state of play, I already wanted to play it. But at the same time, I just like, if I look at my trophy list right now, I have 4 games that don't have a platinum, and I'm already going insane because of it. I just need to finish all these games that I already have like in the middle of the air, and then just get it done. And maybe then, but I think at that point I'll probably transition into Cyberpunk or something else.
Yeah, makes sense. So I think that covers everything for today, right, Max?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done for this episode. It was a long one though. Like, how long did we do? 2 hours?
Yeah, 1.5 or something. 1:45.
No, not too bad. Not too shabby. Getting
perfect.
better at this.
Yeah. So you want to end it or?
Yeah, let's end it. I think we're talked about enough.
We covered everything.
On a good note.
Yeah, I agree.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I only skipped one news story, which seemed kind of irrelevant in regards of all the other stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Just like some Boys season 2 trailer, which I wanted to ask you about, but yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I love Boys. I mean, okay, that sounded very weird. That's not what I meant to say. I like the series called Boys, okay?
No. If anybody keeps in wiki about us, so Bence likes to Henry Cavill come on him. I think was the joke.
Come on our
and
podcast.
You like Boys. Or that.
Yeah, I love Boys. Yeah, it's a great series. You guys should watch it. Very fun.
Yeah, I watched the first season the day it came out. All of it at once.
I think you recommended it to me, actually, and then I watched it and I loved it.
You should watch the second season trailer. Like, that trailer is just, so good. It's not even about the action that's in it, just the way it's cut with the music. It's so good. Like, I think the best trailer I've ever seen, ever. Mission Impossible Fallout. Watch that trailer. That trailer is masterfully cut. The way the music splices with the themes of the Mission Impossible franchise and the cuts in that trailer are fucking amazing.
Okay.
God, that's a good trailer.
Check out.
If there's like awards for, if there's a award for trailer cuts and stuff and editing, yep.
Something you would care about, watching all trailers and rating everything. Cut them in, Max. But anyway, do you want to cap it up or should I?
Rock, paper, scissors?
Okay, let's do it. Okay, it must be fun for audio listeners. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that's not good. Hey, that's cheating. You're so slow. Okay, you won, but you saw what I showed. Okay, Max won, so he's ending the stream, I guess. Not stream, but podcast. So Take it over.
I thought the loser ends. All right, fine.
Really?
Thank you so much for tuning in. Always forget, you can always write in, leave us an audio comment. We haven't gotten one yet, but we would love to get one so we can put it on the show. That would be very fun for
please.
us. Also, I need to make new graphics for that. You can comment underneath the YouTube video or just write us on the channels.
And what is our email address,
questions,
Max?
ideas, things we wanted to talk about? If you wanted to send me questions that I should ask Bence for Know Your Host. Know Your Host!
Know your host.
Please write in. I like to torture him, so that's my goal every week.
But you still didn't say where they should write us, Max. You're great at this.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So you should always send us an email at raweffectpodcast@gmail.com. Always to that. I repeat, which is probably also going to be blended in underneath the video, but still, raweffectpodcast@gmail.com. Can't say it enough because, yeah, I should more often because I'm an idiot. Why did I win this? Next time I do taper. All right, until we grind some coffee next time, to keep it.
Bye.